I have a little visual aid here this day that was actually helped and created by another person with myself, because I am circle challenged or I am scissor challenged, whichever way they want you to look at it. But first of all, we have this, our St. Thomas Becket coin. On this side of the coin is our mission statement: to love, to serve, to be hope. On the other side of St. Thomas Becket's coin is the last line of the words of the gospel: to repay to God what belongs to God. Now, if you notice in the middle, there is a line, and that line is blank. And what I'd like to invite you to do is I want to have you put your name on that line. Now, because you can pause your tape right now, your video, and if you'd want to, you could even just simply grab some paper right now and a marker and either cut out a circle, draw a circle, and put exactly that on there and put your name in there. Each and every one of us belongs to God. We belong to God because God created us, and God created us in God's image to be the likeness of God, to be the image of God. We reflect God as Jesus did, by reflecting who and what Jesus was. We are asked to be that reflection. And we do that by what is on the other side of our coin. It is our mission statement: to love, to serve, to be hope. We're to live as St. Paul says in the second reading, calling to mind your work of faith, your labor of love, and your endurance in hope. It's to act with compassion, forgiveness toward everyone. To image God by helping the poor, to caring for the abused and the sick, to feeding the hungry, to grieving with those who mourn, and listening attentively to those who ache. We carry the image of God into the world. As we advocate for just and compassionate policies towards the poor, towards health care, education, immigration, ways to image God in the public square. We give God our very selves through our goodness to others. In honoring our gifts given to us by God, we are honoring God, giving what belongs to God, the God who resides in each of us. We remember also, though, this God of ours is for us. The God who takes our hand, grasps our hand, just as God did for Cyrus in the first reading. We belong to God, and God belongs to us. God resides in us. God is the inner strength, the extraordinary power in times of trouble, that comforter when we are grieving, that listener when we pour out our hearts to God. God gives God's very self through the goodness of others. So for our prayer this week, how do each of us see God imaged in us? How do you image God? And then in what small way can you give to God what belongs to God? How will you love? How will you serve? How will you be hope? let's take our coin and remember, live the mission statement, and remember we belong to God and we give to God.